Oh yeah, now we're live. Okay.
Okay, there you go. Sorry.
Right. Okay. Let's see. I think we're good.
Well, let me do my speech. Hi guys, really quickly. It's like a TV show. Take two. Hi everybody. Again, our guys, Evil Ted here. We're streaming live from the Scum Villaniny Cantina here in Hollywood, California. This is a great destination. If you're traveling and coming to Los Angeles, please make this a tourist destination to stop. For you people living locally here in California, you guys have not visited this bar yet. If you're a Star Wars fan or a sci-fi fan, you need to come and check out the Scum Villaniny Cantina. We are doing our first hands-on foam workshop. Tonight we're going to be building a foam helmet. In the early days of cosplay, ready for this guys? 10 years ago when I started my YouTube channel, people would foam build costumes and they'd buy helmets and make pre-existing helmets and stick stuff on them. I'm thinking, why stop there? Make the helmet out of foam. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. Right here, you have two patterns. The most important is this guy is the helmet side and this is the top. And what we're going to be doing is tracing this on the foam, and then when we're going to trace one and then flip it for the right and the left. That's what we do. So we're going to start with the helmet first. We're going to lay this down on the foam, and when we're tracing, make sure to get this close to the edge of the foam as possible. So you want to get the mileage out of your foam.
Is there a particular corner we should start at?
Not at all. It's whatever you're comfortable with. Just make sure it fits in there. And like this, guys, that's what I'm doing right here. Just to kind of squeeze it in the corner. Thank you, Peter. That's why you're here. All right, here we go. Guys, also too, I'm behind the table, but if you need any assistance, my friend Peter here is going to help you. So we're just going to trace it with your marker. Now you'll see these notches on the patterns. You definitely want to make sure that when you trace the helmet, you want to trace those notches. Those notches are registration marks, and they're going to help you line these parts up. So making sure when you trace the helmet, make sure you trace those little notches. All right? Once that's traced, oh my God, babe, thank you. My wife's going to get me drunk. All right. Now once you guys get that one side traced, that helmet pattern, really quickly, guys, just to show you what I got here. Again, this is the pattern. And once you have it, take that, make sure you flip it and do it again. That's going to be your right and your left. And I say that very carefully because when I would build stuff very quickly, I'd go to glue things and I had two rights. And then I had to go back and make it again. So make sure you flip that pattern and then trace it. And again, squeeze it as close, you know, because we would try get all our pieces on it. Again, trace it out, get those registration marks. Is your marker already dying?
I think so.
Well, hold on. I can pass you my marker.
No, it's just faint. We're good.
Is it just faint? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell you what, here. Because sorry guys, we had a little issue with Sharpie, so.
Yep, I forgot to. I bought.
Do you need another Sharpie? Anybody need?
I think I'm
I'll
okay.
take
You're okay?
the blame
Okay.
on that.
JC, we'll throw JC under the bus on this one?
Yeah, to the right.
Yeah, to the ranker pit. To the ranker
I could have
pit.
forgotten the foam or the knife.
Yeah, but he did not.
You did great.
All right, everybody, again, like you can see right here, I have, get your helmets traced out, guys. Got those, your right and your left.
Just fill in where there's spots.
Yeah, please, guys, squeeze on in.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. All right, no worries. I ordered some tots, I think.
We only need one of the smallest piece. Right?
Oh, dude, don't lose that beer.
Well, you run that one.
All right. I'm going to wait for everybody catch up. You guys got plenty of time. Take your time, people.
Only one of these, right?
Yeah, just one, because it's a right and a left. So when you trace it, flip. Are you getting ahead of me? Are you getting ahead of me?
I'm sorry.
Guys, simmer down.
got
Wait.
excited.
Again, there's some people who are not, advocates like yourself. We have novice here tonight. Let's be patient. All right. So guys, this piece right here is the top of the helmet, and we're gonna do the same thing with we did with the helmet. We're gonna do a right and a left. And again, I'm gonna tuck it in as close as I can and trace it, right? So that's our next thing you do. And again, when we're tracing, make sure you get those hash marks, better known as registration marks. Trace those as well too. This is wonderful because I make these and do videos, and they go out into the abyss, and it's nice to be able to do this and talk to people at the same time. So while I'm crafting and tracing with you guys, if anybody has any questions for me while I'm drawing these patterns with you guys about cosplay.
Evil Ted, I
Yes.
have a question.
Yes.
How long have you been doing YouTube, and what inspired you to first start?
I started my YouTube channel going on almost, I think 9.5, I'm going on 10 years. And I was on this thing called MySpace. Hey, don't judge me. All right, guys, thank you. So I was on MySpace, and I was following this woman named Yaya Han. And she did this costuming thing. And I kept hearing the word cosplay. What's this cosplay thing? Because I worked in the industry, and I would make, we had the mold and cast and vacuum form. But I was seeing these amazing movie quality costumes and props made out of what? Floor mat foam. I was baffled, and I embraced it and started learning and watching people's channels. And I met this young man named Bill Duran, and I wanted to make videos, and Bill was like, Ted, get a notebook and a pencil and sit down, and I'll tell you everything you know about YouTube. And he did. And it inspired me. And from that point, it got me started. And so, and I thought I was late to the game. It turned out that Bill and I were the only ones really doing it at the time. So, but yeah, that's how I got started. And it was much more rewarding making something and teaching others than sitting in a shop and cranking stuff out for movies. So yes, that's what got me started. Thank you. Great question. Thank you. All right, guys. Now we're taking this headpiece I did, right? We traced it. I'm going to flip it again for the other side. Some of you are already ahead of me. And you don't need to show off. So I'm going to go ahead and trace mine now, right now, slowly. That's a good question. Anybody have any questions from the audience?
Yeah. Wait, which way do we?
What's your favorite prop you've built for any production?
Okay,
Cool.
Oh my goodness. I had a question. Somebody asked me what's my favorite prop I've ever made for any production. I've narrowed it down to two. I used to have one, but I actually have two. I made a mummy for a Ricky Gervais movie called Ghost Town. And my job was to make a Tutankhamun kind of style mummy. And I did that. And then I worked on Star Trek, which I was a kid growing up loving Star Trek. But add insult to injury, I worked on the worst Star Trek film ever, Into Darkness. Oh, right? Oh. So my job was I made Khan's giant blaster, ready for this? Yeah. On the screen for 5 seconds.
Oh.
So built that, and you guys, if you want to see those pictures, you go to my website, eviltedsmith.com.
I have a question. What's your
Yes.
favorite Star Trek movie?
Oh my God, I love Wrath of Khan because I'm old school. Because that was much like, it was the first movie, it was like an episode of Star Trek. Yep. With the first guys, right?
They continued it, it was awesome.
Right, isn't that awesome? Let me switch my camera here real quickly. Oh, there you go. Sorry.
I got to meet Michelle before she passed.
Oh, did you? Yeah, bless her heart.
I have a question when you're ready.
Yes, go.
How do you decide to take something that doesn't have a pattern and turn it into a pattern and make it in a 3D space?
That's a great question. Somebody just asked me,
Break that down.
how do I make a pattern for something there's nothing there and you have to make it out of nothing? I had to make a Battle Sister costume for Warhammer. I loved it, but I was really confused by the shoulder and the curvature. So I took styrofoam and carved it out of foam and shaped it up and sanded it till I got the shape I had liked, covered it in foil and duct tape, and then made a physical pattern from that. So there's certain shapes you can't figure out. You can actually sculpt with aluminum foil too. You can make aluminum foil balls. A lot of friends of mine mean horns. You can make horns out of aluminum foil, cover it in duct tape, and then cut it and make a pattern. So how many, guys, have you all have your top helmet pieces traced? Everybody, hold on, just wait for everybody here real quickly. Are we all good? Are we getting our helmet parts traced out? That's fine, guys. I can gab and talk. Guys, drinking, I'm getting a little buzzed because this is my second one. Too close together, guys, really quickly. For all you people at home on YouTube, this is a blue milk here at the Scum Villaniny Cantina. They have plenty of signature drinks. This is my first one. As we roll to the second hour, I'll be having another drink. I don't know how hammered I'll get because I've already, this is my second one, so I'm just warning you. All right. Sorry, guys, I switched camera when I talk to the camera. Right here, guys, this is a small piece. Some of you have them, some of you don't. You guys can share these. So do you already chase yours? You can share it with somebody who doesn't have one. This is going to be this little piece here is the face guard. So if you don't have one, you share. All right, yeah, okay. So we're going to go ahead again. As you guys can see in your floor mat, you have plenty of room. So just pick a spot and trace that.
I think we just need one, right? One of these?
Just one. There's no right and left on this one. This is just a center, it goes right down the middle.
Only one center of my face. There you go.
Who's your favorite other Twitch streamer?
Oh my goodness, people asking me who my favorite streamers are. I have many. My big one's Odin. I love Odin. I love.
Oh, I saw Odin at WonderCon.
Oh, he was here, and I wish I knew. I would have went and visit him. WonderCon, Punish Props. There's oh my God, there's so many great creative people out there. No, Bill's YouTube, and he's more like takes his time, edits his videos, and he's ready to go. Where's my? I had a blade. Okay, hold on, guys. I'm looking for my blade. I can just grab it. I just need a blade. Is there a spare blade? Thank you, Peter. All right. Everybody, I'm going to wait for everybody to get done tracing. We're all caught up, guys.
That's Ernie asked, in the future, like, how much would this class cost? We'd probably do it for like 10 to 15 bucks.
What a bargain.
So like the cost of a drink.
Speaking of drinking, blue milk, all right. This is the Scum Villaniny Cantina. It is a bar, guys. Okay, so we're gonna switch cameras here real quickly. Whew. Sorry, there you go. What we're gonna move on to next is we have these little blades here, guys. What you want to do on your blade is don't bring it out any further than what you need to cut with. So we're dealing with like a 1/4 inch, so you just bring a 1/4 inch of your blade out, okay? And what we're gonna do first, before we start cutting all our pieces out, I'm gonna separate them. And what I mean by that is that you guys you find this hard to believe. You look underneath your foam, there's a cutting mat. I like talking a lot about the cutting mat because when you're working at home, don't cut up your furniture. Get a mat. These are nice small little ones, but you guys can definitely get bigger ones. But when you're cutting, it makes the blade, you can cut, it doesn't damage your blade as much. All right? So, what I'm gonna do is take our blade, and I'm just going to usually cut on the map. I'm gonna just give you guys an example. To cut these pieces out, I wanna go ahead and just start cutting separating the pieces first. Don't worry about the lines so much. Just separate your pieces. So, separate the helmet, right? Separate the helmet from the other pieces, because the reason I'm doing this is because you'll find it's easier to cut later. Just go ahead and get them away from each other. So let's separate them all from each other, right? And yeah, you'll find these knives are brand new, so they're super sharp. First couple, ow, careful. Oh my God. All right, again.
Don't make me
Yeah.
make you guys sign a disclaimer.
All right. So yeah, what we're gonna do right here. So I'm gonna go to TV land here and show these people what I'm doing. Is that we're gonna separate them. What I'm doing right here. So we have the helmets are separated. We're gonna do the same thing with the top pieces too. And I realize it's getting darker.
Yeah.
Okay. Got that. So again, the reason I separate these pieces is because we're going to start cutting them on the lines, and we want to make sure that I find it's easy because you can rotate them when you're cutting, and it's hard to do when you're having a giant piece of foam. And again, this is something I just learned over doing this a lot. So, yes.
Are we cutting straight down, or are we cutting it like?
No, cutting straight down, keeping 90.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's when you're cutting out right now, it's not as important.
Okay.
But when you start cutting the actual pieces, you want to be 90. You're right.
Okay. Okay.
Great question, because we'll start with that right out of the gate.
Ted, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
You sell patterns on your website to do all sorts of cool stuff like this.
As a matter of fact, yes, I do. I have plenty of patterns on my website at eviltedsmith.com.
Do if you've got a big noggin or a small noggin, is it one size fits all? What is how do you adjust?
Here's the thing, funny. So it's a great question. Thank you, JC, for asking. It's that when I originally made my helmet, I had a basic helmet pattern I made, and I found that I had the size of a lady's head. I have a lady's head. My head's the shape of most women. So when men bought my helmet pattern and said, hey, this doesn't fit me, I realized I had to make two patterns. So I have a basic helmet pattern that fits small heads and have a large helmet pattern. And tonight, what we're working with right now is the large helmet pattern. So this fits anybody and everybody. So thank you, JC, for that tip.
And then if it's a little bit too big, do you just use the scrap foam and put it on the inside?
You could, but what I recommend is getting some small upholstery foam, soft upholstery foam, and you can pick like kind of like the mattress foam, and you can cut circles and put it inside for like ear pads. You can do that, or you can actually take the helmet and take the patterns you have and just make it a little bit smaller, trim a little bit on the edge, because all you do is take one pattern and trim like a 1/4 inch, and that'll shrink in an inch. So you can actually, pre-existing pattern, you can actually make them a little bit smaller. So guys, what we're gonna do now is that now we have our pieces cut separate. So, wait, make sure, almost there? Guys, hold on. I'm not gonna move forward because now I'm not doing this until tonight everybody walks away with a helmet. That is my mission. So in the meanwhile, I'm gonna have a little sip of my blue milk. You know, I ordered some food.
Did you order it inside?
In the bar, I did. Yeah, so because it might need something to get me more sober. Contact cement, we definitely don't want to jump ahead again, but we are going to get into contact cement. All contact cement relatively works good. I used to use barge, wellwood. I know in different countries, I always tell people as long as there's a different form of contact cement. It is getting darker and darker by the minute. Well, next time we do this, we'll have some lights rigged up. We have some nice bar lights. We'll probably get some a little bit brighter lights. But as people are cutting pieces out, I'm going to talk about what we're going to be doing next before we start doing it.
Do you want to talk about sharpening?
Yes. Matter of fact, Peter, can you grab me, guys, can you grab me one of those, can you hand me one of your sharpeners? As you guys are working on this, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of heads up. There's like 4 or 5 of these sharpeners out there, and we all can share them. This is a sharpener. The company that makes them is called Crenshaw. This has been a life changer. because right now these blades are new and they cut relatively pretty good. But over time, as we start cutting this evening, the blades are going to start to dull. And instead of getting a new blade, in the early days, I used to buy new blades over and over again. It got to be expensive. These sharpeners, you would just take them and just do a really quick little pass on it, and it brings the blade brand new again. So as we're cutting tonight, as the blade starts to drag or start to tear, you can resharpen your blade. You can get those sharpeners on my website, eviltedsmith.com. If you go to my supply list, you click on it says sharpener, and what's so great about that website is when you click on that link, I get a little bit of kickback because I went through all the research to find these things. So if you click on that link, I get a little kickback thanks to you. Thank you so much. I just build stuff, people. All right.
I'm gonna steal your sharpener so I can
You
wander around.
got it, brother. Yes, there's a couple of them spread out there. It should be 4.
Is that the good one over there?
That's the bad one.
Are we using a heat gun tonight?
No heat guns. No, this is foam. It's a, however, we're going to bend a lot of stuff with our knee tonight. The higher quality foam, it's really heat up, but guys, as we're getting, people are starting to get their pieces ready to cut their things all out. We're going to talk about cutting. And for example, let me switch my camera real quickly here. When cutting, we'll be cutting at 90-degree angles, which means cutting square. So how we do that is when you have your blade, you adjust your length for the foam, and when you go to follow your line, you can draw right on the Sharpie line, but when you look down the blade, make sure it's straight up and down. And make sure the tip of the blade is touching the mat. So that, make sure that blade is touching the mat, and you cut through and let the blade do the work, like that. Right? And so then,
Ted, I have good news and bad news.
oh, what's the bad news?
Bad news is that your family ate your tater tots. The good news is we have more on the way.
Thank you, sir. My wife loves tater tots. She's like, oh, they're for me. She probably thought, Ted, he ordered them for me because he's a loving husband. That explains it. They probably walked into her table and said, here are the tater tots we ordered. Again, guys, keep the blade. And when cutting, make sure the tip of the blade is touching that mat. The reason I say that, make a big deal about that, because that's a guaranteed you're cutting all the way through the foam. And follow that Sharpie line and press it and keep that edge up straight and let that blade do the work. And then, boom, voila, 90 degrees, guys.
Just like that. It's easy.
I know, all right. All right. Take your time. Guys, if anybody has any questions or struggling with anything, my friend Peter is right here to help you. If you have any issues with something.
I'll also say, you guys all got tickets on Eventbrite for this tonight. If you can actually follow us on Eventbrite and get notified first thing when we do any ticketed events or anything. So if you're like, oh my God, I have my helmet, I want to do my next thing next month. Follow us on Eventbrite and you'll get the notification before we even post it on the internet.
Because this event did sell out, right?
It's sold out in 24 hours.
Oh, yay. Well,
It might sell out a little bit slower when it's not completely free. But
yeah, guys, again, everybody, sorry, it's a little bit dark, but probably more about light next time. But
yeah, next time we'll add more lights.
Any pointers on how to cut this dart?
yes. You want to cut that dart? Where are you at now, right? All right, guys, really quickly. How you doing over there? Yes, go.
When it comes to the reference, what are they called again?
Registration marks?
Yes. How do we cut those? Do we just
You don't cut them.
Don't cut them?
We're going to just use those to line them up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Do you have a and you try to line it up and it doesn't line up.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah?
It won't be an issue because foam is very forgiving.
What's that?
It's very forgiving.
Okay.
Unlike everything else is, but it's not.
So when you say don't worry about it, just like glue it together and not worry about
Yeah.
it? Or would
Yeah.
you like sand it?
Let me take a look. What, show me.
I feel like it's gross.
What's gross? Oh no, that's fine. That's nothing. That won't make an issue.
Okay.
I mean, you can sit there and very carefully shave it, but you can sand it, rotary tool. If you're at home with a rotary tool, you can just take a stone bit to it, knock it down.
Oh, okay.
But this is so minor.
Okay.
Your weight, yeah, not a problem.
That was good to know. Thank you.
Good to know. All right. All right, guys, when we start, I can see if people are going ahead and cutting parts out. It's great. Just make sure you're doing it 90. So go ahead and see, cutting all the parts out. Is make sure you're just cutting out 90. Everything has to be 90, straight up and down. Watch those blades. Guys, I have to say, this little blade I have right now is really sharp, and it's staying sharp. I'm not having any issues with it right now. All right. How's everybody doing out there? You guys all doing good? Anybody have any questions? Anybody struggling? Anything? Talk to me. Right now we have the helmet. First pack, guys. I take it most people are already ahead of me. Oh yeah, and also if you get this notch out, you gotta cut that notch out. Make sure you get that out. Okay, good. You guys got that notch. All right.
And then these two helmets were made from this pattern, right? Our base, what we're building tonight, became those.
Which I use for my Mega Man helmet. Again, I have this pattern too on my website.
Oh, is that a different pattern?
Yeah, a little bit. It's modified a little bit, but still the base of the same thing. Is that once you get the, here, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this guy out. Apparently, everybody's getting ahead of me. I have to catch up because.
You don't have to rush. People are still cutting out the pieces.
All right, good. But yeah, just make sure that they're 90. That's all I ask.
Do you ever want to cut at a different angle?
You can for certain things, like at certain helmets, you want hard edges or props. You can do bevels for sharp edges. But for this particular helmet, we're going to make it. It's going to be spherical, like round. So what helps that for making the round shape is keeping everything at a 90-degree angle.
Oh my gosh. I was like, they're just magic.
I might need this. Oh, sorry, camera settings. Got it.
I could always make a second.
Sorry.
That's all right. I'm going to switch over to the camera here. He's trying to brighten things up a little bit.
Brighten stuff up over here.
Understandable.
There we go. See better at home now.
All right.
Put them up there. Yeah. That's not even.
All right. All right, here we go.
Have a light. That is a good
I have to admit, I'm telling you right now, I kept thinking I was gonna have to sharpen my blade. This little blade I have is still going strong, so. Ah, there you go. These foam scraps you have, guys, will come in handy later. So hold on. We're actually going to use these. Don't worry.
You'll need
Just a little bit. Not a lot. Just a little bit. You don't need a lot.
My scraps.
Not a lot. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. We use it for glue, but we'll get to that later.
Oh
So,
yeah, I love that part. Let's get our hands dirty.
all right. Peter's just cleaning out so you guys can have working space, so
Thank you, Peter.
it doesn't get clogged up. Peter's making a pile, guys.
Kyle.
All right. All right, guys. Oh man, it's so much better, JC. Is there anything you can do with this camera? It's a little bit dark.
That one I'm gonna have to cheat.
All right, never mind. That's all right.
Dad, eat your tots.
I'm working on. All right.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If it is a little not perfectly handy, is that okay? Like by accident?
It's all right. It won't. It's just a good habit to get into, but it won't kill you.
Okay. I'm trying. It's just really hard.
Again, just take your time. There's no rush, guys. When you're cutting, the trick, what I always found is easy when you're doing that is to make sure you stay on top of the blade when you're cutting and just look down at it. Because when you start to sit and kind of do this, the blade would turn, you can't see it. So it's always best to kind of, when you're cutting, always stay on top of my, kind of look down on it so you can watch the blade as it, so if it turns, you can just kind of keep your,
I have a rotary cutter for fabric that has a light on it. I have like a rotary cutter that has a light on it for fabric. Amazing. It's amazing.
Where did you get that? Is it also in Ted's website?
I don't think Ted sews very much.
no, I do not. That is on my list of things to do is to sew.
I can know.
Need to learn that someday.
I'm selling a sewing machine cover if anybody wants it.
So right now we're sitting here, we're gonna wait for everybody to get all their pieces cut out, which is, again, I love it, guys. Take your time. Because when you're working with blade and cutting foam for the first time, there's no rush. It's take the time. I heard somebody say something once and it stuck with me forever. Do not wait to have the skill to start making something. Start making, start building. Because as you build, you'll fail and you'll learn, because it's all about failing. Everybody fails when you start in the beginning. And that's the best thing, because I've learned just from failing so much. The more I build, the better I get. I don't post pictures of my early work. There's a reason for that. And the thing is because the more you craft, the better you get. But the thing is, no rush. Take your time, cut everything out, get to where you like it. Hello, welcome. Oh, I didn't know why I'm walking. All right. All right, guys.
We do have some space. I'll jump in.
All right. Oh, you got it.
Some late arrivals. Do you still want to start?
No, there's my dear friends. They're both fantastic fabricators.
Oh, okay.
They're just coming to hang out, guys. How you guys doing? Welcome. Guys, thank you for coming, man. No, it's it's a Hyperion, right? Hyperion Armory, right? Hyperion Armory, I love you. They do amazing fabrication stuff. Oh.
Maybe we get headlamps.
Right. Or something. To show you guys where we're at, we have our 2 helmets. We have our 2 halves. We have our helmets. And what I'm going to do right now, while everybody's still cutting, normally we have a heat gun, but we don't want to bother with that tonight. So, no heat guns. Well, I'm going to take the foam on the helmet, and I'm just going to bend it and knead it into like, kind of curve it. And what the thing is cool about this is that with higher quality foam, this is a bit of a chore because it's dense and high quality, so it'll fight you back. Where the inexpensive, cheaper floor mats, you can actually just push in it and knead it. What you want to do is put a little bit of a curl to it. You don't have to murder it, but you just kind of push in the center on the inside of it and kind of bend it. Like, yeah, kind of like, yeah, just kind of just push into it, bend it. Like, sometimes I'll use my knee, guys, just like, I do this, like I'll put, to kind of like push it on my knee a little bit. Like that, but not, you know, I just kind of, what you want to do is you just want to put a little bit of, just like this. See this right here? That's plenty. Doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit, all right? And we do the same thing on the other side of the helmet, just push, and I can just take my thumb and push in the center of it on the inside and kind of just knead it and push it.
Also, if you guys are like, don't know anything about the foam or anything, these mats were bought at Harbor Freight, and it's like $10 for 4 of them. So.
Yeah, it's a great material. It's really inexpensive. I love that place. And it's a great thing because every time I make something, I always use the Harbor Freight foam because it's cheap, and I experiment. And when I get the thing to the pattern to where I'm happy with it, and I remake it again with a higher quality foam.
Also, like, I do a lot of 3D printing, and to make this helmet, to like 3D print this helmet, even if you use the cheapest filament you could buy, which is like $10 a roll, you'd still probably use about half a roll. So it's cheaper, lighter, more rewarding to actually do it out of foam than it would be to just download and print. And then the print, afterwards you have to sand it, fill it, and go crazy with it. Like,
Yeah, guys, this looks good.
It's going to be done.
Right. I'm just watching you guys. This is great. You do exactly that. It's all good. No, those tots are good, dude.
Here's a question about high quality foam
Yep.
versus something like this. If something is finished, can you tell the difference between something that's high quality foam?
No, you can.
So I wouldn't have to buy higher quality foam.
You don't have to.
Okay.
No. It's because you can, once it's finished, nobody knows. It's just, you get in a certain, yeah, you just get, yeah, exactly.
It's a preference thing.
It's a preference thing, yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
And you can use full mat till the cows come home. Hey guys, on the top helmet pieces, the curved pieces here in the top, we're gonna do the same thing. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna take my thumb and press in the center like this. Again, you're just doing a slight curl, like that. See right here, taking the foam with my thumb, pushing like that. Because again, you just want a little bit of a curl. You don't have to murder it.
Smooth side on the outside, right?
On the inside. Just push inside so you're curling, so you want the outside to be curled in. So the textured side, push your thumb on the textured side. Yeah, push where the texture is, that's where you want to push your thumb in and curl. And again, I'm just doing this right now. I love this foam because you do it and it stays. The higher quality foam won't do this, but the Harbor Freight foam, it's more porous and yeah, oh my God, right? Harbor Freight would not sponsor. They're like, no, we're good.
No, yeah, we're good.
They probably jacked the price of the
They would.
that we were all using it for this.
Ted, I have a question.
Yes.
If you could give advice to anybody starting a YouTube channel, whether it's to do with cosplay or building or anything, what advice would you give them?
Be consistent. It's
Always.
make a video, but here's the thing: do what you love. Make sure as long as you start, you do it is something you love doing. don't worry about the business model or what it's going to do. If you enjoy it, then do it, because that's the driving point. Because I won't lie, that I got a little burned out myself, and it just caught up with me a little bit. I had to take a little bow out, and now I'm coming back to it. So this has been great. This has been good for me, because this kind of stuff like this is what I like doing, is engaging with people and teaching. This is what got me started to begin with. All right, how's everybody looking out there? You get everybody.
We're still finishing cutting.
That's fine. That's fine, guys. I'm right here, guys. I'm with you. Really quickly, everybody, we're for all you guys out there on YouTube, we're doing our foam helmet here at the Scum Villaniny Cantina. We're catching up with some people cutting. In the meanwhile, I'm eating these signature tater tots they serve here at the bar, and they're right now they're super delicious, and they're sobering me up because I've had 2 blue milks.
What about the tiny piece? Do we have to curve it at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
On the face piece, guys, same thing. The texture side, curve it. Push in there and curve it. And again, the reason I go through the trouble of curving stuff, it's just that when you glue it and you start pulling things together, it really helps kind of round everything out. Because when you go to glue something and it's flat, it has a kind of that geometric look. So by doing this helps kind of put that pre-curl into it. So when you put it all together, it looks more organic and more round, like a helmet. So far, this is going great. The thing we've learned really quickly is it's a little dark out here. So next time we'll have some brighter light, because this is going to be a monthly event. So every month, today is the foam. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you so much. It's growing pains. This is our first time doing it, so we learn a little bit as we go. But this is our first one, which is ambitious. It's going to be a helmet, but now we have time. It's wonderful. And we have, as people are cutting, I'm going to jump a little bit ahead and talk about glue, but we're not going to start gluing yet, because I'm going to talk about glue before we start gluing to help solve some confusion. What we're using tonight is contact cement, and how it works is in the name. You apply it to both your surfaces evenly and thinly, and you let it dry, which is crazy. So you apply glue to both surfaces and you let it dry, and once it's dry, then you put them together. So we're gonna, when we reach that point, we're gonna get to that part. We'll take the glue, because you see there's not a lot of glue in these bottles, because you don't need a lot. Less is more with this glue. But what we're gonna do with these foam scraps we have, for the people who are still cutting, they can keep cutting. For all you people out there who are already ahead of us, take some foam, and we're gonna cut some small little triangles with the foam. So any scrap foam you have, make some small little triangles. What you're gonna use, we're gonna make little triangles. What those are gonna be applicators that's gonna help us spread the glue. You don't need a lot, just make a couple of little triangles. And just kind of cut up a bunch of little small triangles and put them to the side. Yeah, it's going to be for spreading the glue. But we'll get that in a minute. But we're going to sit here and do that. In the meanwhile, while the other people are catching up and cutting their pieces out, we're going to just make some little triangles. And they're going to be our little glue spreaders. So we have these little itty bitty little, here. Let me adjust this camera a little bit here. There you go. I'll shove these guys to the side like that. Again, real quickly, shout out to my YouTube channel. A lot of people are in chat. I'm sorry tonight. I'm not catching up with chat because I'm actually teaching a class. So for people who joined us tonight, thank you so much. This is our first run, so next time we'll actually have some more light. And but everybody here is getting their pieces cut out. We're gonna get things ready, and we're gonna move on to the part that I think is most important, and I like taking the time out to teach people how to do, is how to glue. That's really important.
Is there a front and back to like this piece?
Yes. The sharp part, the taper, like this, that's the front. So yeah, unfortunately, normally I would have people write front and back, but the front is the taper part and the flat part's the black, the back. I see, yeah, everybody's getting close to bending. It's all catching, everybody's catching up. This is great. Okay, guys, while people are still finishing, catching up, we'll talk about the glue real quickly. What we're going to do with the glue bottle is we're going to apply it to our edges, but we're going to start with something simple. We're going to take the helmet, and we're going to start with the darts first. These little dart guys, is that we're going to take. Let me make sure my glue top has been cut. Okay. Is that, again, this little triangle here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a little bit of glue. Let me change it for the camera real quickly. Is I'm going to dab a little bit of glue on both sides. Again, not a lot. I'm going to just dab it, very little, on both sides. And I'm going to take a piece of foam and smear the glue so it's covers the surface completely. Now, this contact cement has a high vapor content, so it'll dry rather quickly. But it's really, really wet. So what you do is you want to dip a little drip in there and smear it on your dart.
Just be aware some of the glue bottles might not be cut open yet. There might be like around the top. So make sure you get your bottle.
Yeah, it was something that we noticed when we started getting the glue bottles. You do, again, a little bit of glue, a little bit on both sides, and then smear it on really, really thin. So once you do that one side, jump over and grab the other one and do the same thing on that dart. And the reason we're jumping ahead because you're going to have to wait for this glue to dry a little bit. So again, we're just going to dab a little bit on the surface.
Once you cut that tip, it comes out real fast.
Yeah, be very, very careful. Less is more, guys. Very little glue. You just want to wet that foam. Just wet the two sides and smear it. And the reason you're smearing, you'll make sure you cover that entire surface of that foam. Got this guy right. What I like to do is I hold them like this, and I just kind of move them back and forth. And this is how I air dry, because.
At least we're in a well-ventilated.
Yeah, guys. Again, this is so wonderful for all you people at home. We're doing this outside. If you're doing this at home, crack a window. Get an airflow because your family's going to scream at you. Now, how do you know your glue is dry? It's when you touch it and it's tacky or not wet to your fingers, you're good to go. Takes a couple minutes. So once it dries. All right, guys.
So you know what you're doing.
Little bit, and then smear it out, let it dry.
I really brought him for the purpose of getting more into it. Because he's like seen what I've done and not had.
I built some things without like, but
He's built peripheral, like modified things.
All right, guys, what I'm doing right, my glue, I've done mine a little bit early, so it's dry now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these edges, the smooth side, and make sure they touch first. I'm gonna push them together. Use my thumb as a barometer and push them, and then push, and voila, it sticks. So again, same thing again. I'm gonna come back here, push, line it up. There you go. So both my darts have been glued together. So if you touch your glue and it's not wet, you're good to go. Is it wet? Still wet? Yeah. So yeah. Also, if it's too wet, if it's too thick, you can always wipe it off with more foam. But yeah, keep waiting till it's dry. Less is more, man. Way little. Smear that out. Smear as thin as you can, really thin. The thinner it is, the faster it dries. Super thin. Less is more with this contact cement.
So it won't necessarily have a better hold, even if there's more. And
Yeah, it doesn't, no. Thin layer. Contact cement's great. Less is more. It really grabs if it's thin. Is it sticking?
yeah, what happens if you?
Oh, a little bit. I usually take a triangle foam, dabble it, rub it out, let it dry, push it together.
Okay.
Again, less is more, guys, and wait till it's dry. Don't rush it. When you smear on the foam, make sure you get it even, really thin and even. Make sure you cover the entire surface. Okay. Just to show you people, we have a full class here. There's everybody. Everybody's hard at work around those helmets. Everybody's working, applying their glue. All right. Okay. All right. How are darts looking? Again, guys, super thin, and then move it, let it air dry. Is it sticking for you? Yeah, you got it. Fantastic. So people, while you guys are working on the darts, I'll get you a little bit ahead, people. Don't rush, don't worry, don't panic. I'm gonna talk about what we're gonna do next. We're gonna do the same thing. We have our two top helmet pieces. The sharp parts of the front are the front. The flat ends are the back of the helmet. These are the front helmets. What we're gonna do is we're gonna apply glue to these edges here. We're gonna do the same technique, and we're gonna do this at the same time. We're gonna apply glue on this side, all the way to the end, front to end, right and left. So we're gonna apply glue to both these guys. Just put it on there and rub it on really thin. Both sides, right and left. Because those are the two sides we're gonna glue together. So the glue has to be on both these sides. So I'm just gonna run a very small bead. But what I do is I run it like a little bit of a bead down the middle, very thin. Because I know I'm going to come back later with a piece of foam and smear it. So I cover the entire surface. And when doing that, make sure you cover all that foam, the entire surface. Because if you miss a spot, that's not going to stick. So you want to make sure you cover the entire surface. And again, this is the stuff that comes with a little bit of trial and error. You'll get better as time goes on. But again, with glues, less is more. So while this side's drying, I'm going to do the other side, same thing. I'm going to run a very small bead down the other side. Just like this. And take our scrap piece of foam and smear it. That's true. Peter said something really quickly, guys, I want to repeat, is that this foam is very porous, and if you wait too long, the glue will get sucked up in the foam, and you might have to reapply if it gets too dry. So it's that whole magic thing of working with the foam. You got to get that magic sweet spot. If it gets too dry and it doesn't stick, then you have to apply glue again. But again, just do very, very little. And again, don't be discouraged. This all takes a little bit of trial and error, because I am with you guys tonight, and nobody's leaving without a helmet in their hands tonight. All right? Guaranteed. All right?
Is tonight's theme Ohana means family?
So I do the same thing. I'm going to take my pieces like this, wiggle them around, let them dry. You guys get your darts over there? You get your darts done? All right. Good, good, good. Dude, I'm so glad you're digging it, man. Dude, this is your gateway drug, brother. I'm telling you right now. You're going to be like, damn you, Ted, you got me started in this hobby.
That's right. My first taste.
We're coming over here and we're talking to people who are like, this is the first taste and I'm going to hook you.
Dude, man, thank you so much, man. Thank you. So we had to hang out and talk. I would love to catch up with you, brother. All right. Take care, man. Thanks for coming.
Anytime.
Yeah, dude. Also, don't be afraid to run glue right on that part. Don't be afraid to pour glue right on that part, dude. Take that glue and run it right down that. Run it right down the helmet. Yeah, put more on the piece. Yeah, put the glue on the part and smear it out. There you go, just like that, and then smear it. Very little, just run a small bead and then smear it with the foam. All right.
I'm going to smooth it out. Right. We'll smooth it out. Yeah, squeegee it out.
All right, roll it, man.
It gets everywhere.
All right, guys. For all you people, I have I have to glue mine together right now because.
You're getting ahead of us.
Well, my glue's at the point where it needs to go together. So let me show you what I have to do right now. See these? I take these two pieces right here. I line them up at the front. I line the two front right there and touch. And you'll see these registration marks that we put in earlier. You want to line those up. I know it's dark and it's hard to see, but there's little hash marks we made on the pattern. That's what you want to watch when you're gluing these guys together. You start following and you keep making sure when you're pushing that those edges, those registration marks line up. All right?
This is where those come in very handy.
This is where they come in handy, right? I know it's dark, but work with me here. I think I'm going to wait a little bit longer for people. I think wait for people to catch up. Sorry, guys, I'm getting a little heady. I'm going to slow down a little bit. I'm going to wait for other things. I'm gluing too quickly. Are you dry? You ready? You ready? Yeah, do it. Are they dry? Come on, do it. Do it. Don't be afraid.
Oh no, I'm not afraid.
All right. And make sure you keep on the registration marks.
I can't even see.
I know, it's really dark. Just concentrate. Oh, look at this. Here it comes.
Oh, thank you. Much appreciated.
What if you put the glue on the wrong side?
What's your name?
Like I did.
I've done that.
Time to glue up the other
You have to wait it for it to dry and then come back.
then re-glue it.
All right, guys. I see people pushing parts together. Yeah. It's good, good, good. Keep an eye on the registration marks.
Okay, so you kind of have to curl it as you're pushing them together.
Fantastic. Keep going. I see people out there gluing. Yeah, if you have drippy glue, wipe it off. There's too much glue. Less is more, man. And you want to get both sides at the same time. You don't want one dry being drier than the other. Less is more with the glue, people. Keep pushing.
Upstate, but it's like Hudson Valley.
All right, I see some helmets coming together.
Just the long side.
So the pointy side, which one is it? Are they supposed to go together?
Yeah, don't worry, less is more. Yep, you probably have plenty of glue on there. Just let it dry. Let it dry. Just move it around, get air dry. Yeah, Peter, give that man an assistant right there. He's. If it's not sticking, it can be too wet or too dry. Is it not sticking? What's going on? Talk to me.
I think it got too dry. And then this side was too wet. So then I have to...
That's why, yeah, you should try to make sure you do it all in one stroke. You try to put it on there and wipe it off. But keep going.
I may have put too much in some areas.
But then wait, let it be dry. Trust me, less is more, guys. Less is more. Thin, thin, thin.
So this foam tends to soak up
It does, but the thing is, you get it on there on both sides and kind of let it dry quickly.
yeah.
Don't.
If you heat treat it, like with a heat gun, if you happen to have one, will
Well-
that prevent it from happening?
No, you got plenty. You got plenty. Stop. Too much glue. Too much glue. Too much glue. Less. Wipe off. Wipe it off. Smear it. Really go. Go real thin. Grab a piece of foam and smear it out. Way too much glue. Smear it way thin. Go, go, go. Work. Smear it. Both sides. There you go. There you go. Push. You got it. Keep going. And also push hard too. Don't just let it touch. Push it. Make that contact. How's everybody looking? Okay, guys, when you get them together, the top helmet, it looks like this, like a big curl right here. And let them dry. Are they wet to the touch?
No shame.
Yeah, just keep fan them, just move them back and forth. Just grab your pieces and move them back and forth. Huh? Well, that's it. No, it needs to be dry. Don't add more. Just grab your piece and try to put them together. Try with the back or front. Which one do you want to start with? That's fine. Touch them and line them up, and then push them as you go. Keep an eye on your registration marks. If it's not sticking, it's probably too wet or too dry. All right, keep going, and then follow those registration marks. And that foam is going to start to curl on you, so you want to kind of keep your eye on it. There you go. Keep an eye on those marks as you're gluing it. There you go. You got it. Keep pushing. Keep going. Line those marks up. Yeah. I see it. Look at that. Yeah, now we're talking. You got it. Keep going. Keep pushing. All right. So if it's a little bit of a gap in the top, don't worry about it. If it's just push it back again. There's glue there. There you go. Yeah, just push it. Push it back together again. Because it's probably still a little damp. And sometimes if it does that a little bit, if it comes apart, it's probably because it's still wet. Just let it dry a little bit more and then push it back together. But keep manhandling it. Because the foam is not the boss. You're the boss. All right. Push that front there. Don't let that foam tell you who's in charge. You're in charge. All right, you're good. How are you looking? Is it dry enough?
No, not yet.
All right. All right, you get your helmet. Looking good, looking good. All right, guys, we're going to wait for everybody while they're doing this. But in the meanwhile, let me talk about what we're going to do next. What the trick is, the next one, we're going to do the helmet. We're going to do one side at a time. So I'm going to start with the right side. And we're going to glue the, oops, hold on, mine's pulling apart right here. So sometimes when it pushes or comes apart, the glue is a little bit too wet. It keeps drying because it's vapor. So just if something comes apart, just go back and push it back together again. Instead of reapplying glue, just let it dry a little bit longer and keep pushing it back together. Don't add more glue, just push it back together. That's right, because you're not the boss. You're the boss, not the foam. Looking good. Look at that. Yeah, you go. You got it. You get it? Because our next thing we're going to do is we're going to apply, we're going to glue to the top edge of the right side and the inside lip of this. But not yet. We're going to kind of wait a little bit, everybody catch up a little bit.
Please.
I want everybody to get the top of these pieces first. Let everybody get the top of their helmets. Very important. Because that's kind of the trickiest part, because that's the biggest curve you got to get together. Once you get together, everything else is kind of relatively a cakewalk. There you go. There you go. Just keep it on your marks. You got it. You got it.
What if my registration marks don't quite line up?
Don't worry about it. It's not gonna a little bit, as long as you get the curl.
Okay.
The registration marks are more of a kind of a guideline. Oh, there you go. Nice. Well done. How's that going over there? If it's not sticking, it's either none of Peter. On her helmet, the yellow jacket there. Is it wet or not dry?
I think it's working and just giving a little leverage this way to get the top. It's working it.
Is it a little too much? No. It's all right, good. Then you're fine.
Yeah, like maybe a little wet, but that was great.
Yeah, because the problem is that, if the glue will keep drying. If it's too wet, it'll delaminate. But don't panic, because the glue's there. Just let it get drier and it will stick. The drier it gets, the more stickier it becomes. Go figure, right? Okay. But I'm seeing a lot of the top of the helmets coming together. Start with the front. Yeah, and when you're doing it, look from the top. Check your registration marks when you're gluing.
Yes. Well, I was going to say too,
There you go. Thank you, Peter.
but he's all sad.
All right, guys, this is an accomplishment in its own right, guys. This is very good. Your helmet's, there you go. Your helmet's coming together.
Freedoms.
I hate someone to trust you.
If it comes apart, just let it dry a little bit more and push it back together. I've had sometimes where there's not enough glue, and you let it dry and dab a little glue, let it dry, and then push it back together.
What about little gaps?
That'll happen. Let it dry and then push it back together. Don't worry about it. We'll come back to it later.
Maybe it's uneven.
Huh?
It might be uneven.
That happens too.
Okay.
Don't beat yourself up. It's coming. I can see it happening. It's happening. It's coming together. He's got it. Keep it going. All right. All right, guys. Everybody's looking good. This is looking good. Are we up? We're almost caught on the same page. That's right. You get back there. You get a little less is more. Keep an eye on him. Peter, give him a hand. What we're going to do in the meanwhile, we're going to literally do the same technique that we did with putting these helmets, the two these guys together, we're going to apply glue. Again, what I like to do is I've seen people put glue on the foam triangles, and it's all right, but you need to put the glue where it needs to be most. So take that glue and put a small bead on the helmet. Like, again, just a little bit. Run a little bead down the middle like this. Like that. And once the glue is applied on this, then you use the foam piece. The foam is not to apply, it's just to smear it. So take that foam scrap and just smear the glue on that surface so you know you're getting all that surface covered. Well, just like that. And if you have excess glue, no big deal, just wipe it off on the sides. Because even I got a little too much glue on this. And I do this a lot and I get sloppy. So again, but take that glue and smear it really thin so you make a good solid contact on that edge because you want that to glue. So then that's that, and then you grab. Sorry, it was the left side. So it looks like I'm doing the left side now. All right, so that was the left. So then I do the same technique. I take that left side of the helmet. And I'm gonna do the same thing and glue to the helmet itself. Very little, right down the middle. Dab it if need be. And again, less is more. I know it's kind of drippy. Take a foam piece of scrap and smear it, making sure you cover the entire surface of that left side of the edge of the helmet. Just smear it.
Are we doing it here too?
No, that's the front. Just the sides where the registration marks are. All right. What we're using tonight is DAP Wellwood Contact Cement. This is a, oops, what do I do with my glue cap? There's. DAP Wellwood, you can get this at Home Depot, hardware stores. I used to use Barge, but I found Barge is very expensive and hard to find, but DAP works well as too. But yeah, your helmet looks great, you got it. A little gap, don't kill yourself, don't worry. It's all good.
Do sometimes, if there are gaps like this in any of your cosplay things, is there like some kind of filament or paste that you can put
You
in
can,
to fill it
but
out?
with darts like that, you can actually take a little bit of glue and a piece of triangle foam and just rub it in there and let it dry and then push it back together. So if your gap is too severe, you can actually glue it back together.
Okay.
You just do the same thing. Just take a triangle, dab it, wipe it out, let it dry, and then push it back together. There is products out there called Gap Filler, Quick Seal. If people come back into some huge gaps or pinholes, you can definitely fix it with that.
Like a wood filler.
Right, exactly, for cosplay.
Yeah.
So again, guys, I'm taking this piece I just put glue on my left side and my helmet and the side of the helmet. I'm just going to carry these two pieces and fan each other. Again, the thinner it is, the better it is, and the faster it dries too. If there's little gaps and seams, don't worry about it. We can always come back to those guys later. Let's move on to the other parts. Because again, guys, contact cement is the trickiest part. If you're a novice, you're starting out with it does take a little bit of issues to get about timing but it's the trickiest part. Cutting foam is easy. Gluing is always the tricky part. So again, you always look. It's like when it's matte finish and you can touch it and it doesn't come off on your fingers, you know it's dry. All right. So it's pretty dry. So I'm going to start. I'm starting with the front, that corner right there, like this. Again, those registration marks you made on your helmet, keep an eye on them. They're kind of hard, I know, right? It's so dark, so hard to see. And I just push. Again, push that foam. Don't let it be the boss. You're the boss. You are the boss. Do not push, pull if you have to. Line it up like that. All right, push and pull. Looking good. All right. I'm trying to slow down, guys. I'm sorry. I got my first half. Guys, my tater tots are gone.
They've been gone.
Needs more.
Oh no. Oh no.
Whiskey sour.
Basically bring the flat sides,
How's it going over there? All right, just line up line those marks. Again, that's the cement. The drier it is, the better. Yeah, look from above. Try it from up when you're gluing together, guys. Look at the pattern from above. You got to follow your registration marks. I'm sorry, woman. I'm sorry, girl in the pink. When you're gluing, flip it the other way so you can keep eye on your registration mark, like that. So you can see your marks. So you can follow. That makes it easier. So when you're lining up, there you go. You got it. And really grab it and manhandle it. Don't let it get in there. Get close to the edge. You would give her a hand, Peter. She's in the corner. She's lining up, in the pink. See, give her a. Oh, sorry. Both sides, yeah. So that's it. Sorry, I saw it was. I was wondering what. Yeah, you just yeah. What I would do is I would apply glue to both of them. Apply to both sides and just wet them out. Hey guys, really quickly, great helpful tip. When gluing, make sure you're applying glue on both sides, not just one, but both sides, because the contact cement needs to stick to each other. So glue, you need to put glue on both sides, not just one side. Yeah, I know. That's why it's better. It's best to work when it's dry. When it's a little bit drier, it won't come off.
Well, it stuck to it for a sec, and I was like, I don't want my hand to get cemented.
No, thank you.
And please, no.
Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. Maybe I wasn't clear about that. Yeah, but glue has to be on both sides. Let it dry. Less is more. And once you put it on, guys, less is more. Once you get it on there really, really thin and let it dry. Yeah, don't worry. You smear it, push it in, wipe it, and get off and let it dry. The faster you work with it, the better. Oh, you already got your one side done? You're moving on to your next? Slow down there, buddy.
Eat your tater tots, Horse.
Where's your tater tots, man?
Slow down.
Slow down.
That's what she said.
Ted, what's the most challenging project you've ever worked on?
Most challenging project I've ever worked on. Hold on, I'm sure there's one out there.
It's never.
Oh, no. Okay, here's one for you. It was an episode of Mad Men,
Okay.
and there's a tiki idol made out of wood. And apparently an actor grabs it and throws it at somebody. And like, oh, we need a foam one, rubber one, tomorrow. We're like, what?
Oh.
We're like, okay. So they're like, can you mold it? We're like, that's not enough time to mold it and then cast it. And then finally I told my boss, I said, I think I could foam fabricate it. So I literally took the tiki idol, wrapped it in paper, burnished it with a pencil so I could see the texture, cut a piece of foam and ground it to the same diameter, wrapped it, took a Sharpie and punched holes and made the same pattern, carved it with a knife, painted it, and within 5 hours, I had a foam replica of the tiki idol, and it was almost spot on. And you guys want to see it, it's on my website. I posted pictures of it.
What's your website link?
eviltedsmith.com. That was a one-day wonder. It was one of many I had to do.
Heck yeah. Now, what's the easiest project?
Oh my God, I don't know right now. Hi, is it too wet? Is it not sticking? If it's not sticking, it's probably too wet or too dry.
It is trial and error.
Don't worry, keep working the back. If it's not sticking in the front, move in the front. Just keep going. The glow's getting too dry in the back. Just work in the back. Don't worry, just keep going. If it's too wet, it'll come off. But just keep going. Line your edges up. Manhandle it, both hands, get in there, pinch and squish.
Of course. Spend a lot of time doing that.
Line them up. Careful, don't get too off.
Oh, the familiar smell of barge.
Right, it's not, you can breathe it. How you guys doing? Almost there, guys. We're waiting for people to catch up.
Aren't you glad it didn't rain today?
Now we check the weather forecast. All right, guys, excellent. I'm seeing half the helmets over there. That's nice. Well done.
Question.
Yes.
Is barge or contact cement affected by humidity?
Yeah. Too much. You got plenty of glue. You're putting way too much glue. Wipe it off. Wipe out glue off. Way too much glue. Less is more.
I feel like I'm
Here.
gluing a...
Yeah. Too much. Less is more. Yeah, way too.
Too dry.
That's all it is. It was too dry.
All right.
And there's not enough here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I added any on this edge whenever I was gluing it together because it wasn't
Listen.
sticking at all.
Yeah, it's there. There. That's it.
Okay.
No more. Let it dry.
Okay.
You got it.
Yeah.
It's all there.
Right.
I think
Yeah.
just push. See, it's there. It's got to push. You might have some thin spots here, but overall, just push. Push. Yeah. A little too. I think it's just too dry. That's all. You got to get your weight a little bit too long. This is a little bit wet, but give it a couple more minutes.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, it's the whole thing with the contact cement. Once you get it on there, once you wipe it out, as soon as it's dry, you want to go quickly. The longer you wait, the more dry it gets and the less grab it has. But over there, are we looking over there? Oh yeah, look at that, it's coming together. Nice. You're so welcome. See again, apply to both surfaces, wipe it off really quick. As soon as it's dry, you're good to go. It's that magic window. It's just, again, I apologize because it's all about experience, but the more you work with contact cement, the better you'll get with it. But it's that whole magic window of like, you apply it, both sides, wipe it, let it dry. And it's that time where it's drying just enough to where it's tacky, but not wet to come off your fingers, then that's when you go. It's like that 3 to 4 minute window. It's always the time. But again, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna ready to catch up because guys, I've seen half helmets, which is exciting. This is great, guys. It's all coming together.
Can you sand foam like this?
Yes, you can. You can sand it. You have a rotary tool and stone bits. You can sand it. You can clean up seams with a rotary tool. And wear a mask. Yeah, dust. Guys, again, when you're working with contact cement tonight, we're very safe. We're outside. If you're working in a closed area, you definitely want to wear a 3M mask or have windows open and have an air draft because if you crack a glue bottle open in your house, your family will scream at you. They'll be like, "What's that smell?" The vapor content's very, very high on the contact cements. But really quickly, hold on. Sorry, guys, I'll change cameras. So we have a lot of half helmets done. We got some helmets over here. That's looking good. You guys got some helmets. This guy's right. He's almost got his helmet done. Look at that, almost completed. He's got his one side. Everybody's working, getting their halves on. This looks great. How's everybody liking the class so far?
Yeah, awesome.
All right, fantastic. I don't want anybody to feel cheated.
Cheated on your free class.
Yeah, cheated on your free class. It's like, dude, I showed up. I could have been at home watching TV. If you have issues with gaps and things like that, you can reapply glue, wipe it in there, wipe it out, and let it dry, and then push it back together. So you don't have to delaminate the whole thing together, okay?
Delaminate.
I mean, you don't have to take it. You don't have to take it apart.
Yeah.
Just put a little glue in the spots that don't stick, and you come back to it later.
I think that is what I tried to do. I think it's working.
Yeah, you just gotta. It's just mean if it's not sticking, just let it dry a little longer.
It's working and around.
Either need beer and tots.
All right, dude. You got the tots are good, dude. I can speak from experience. So everybody's got their halves done, right? I'm looking at some people out there. Excellent. Think I'm ready to move on to the next step? We good?
So yeah, some people are starting to put the other side on. Some people are still working on the first side. So I think you can do the second side.
All right, yeah, good.
It'll be okay.
Again, it's the same drill, everybody. For all you guys who are working on it, you look, I see the helmet sticking, fantastic. We're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna join and do the right side. And again, let me reiterate, you're gonna apply contact cement to both sides. On the helmet, on the lip and the other piece, and to put on both really, really thin. And again, my techniques, don't apply glue to the actual part itself. A very, very thin little bead down the middle. Like so, and then take a piece of scrap foam and smear it out nice and thin. Because when it comes to contact cement, less is more. Less is more, smear it out. All right, got it, smear it, smear it, smear it. Okay, so while that side is drying, I immediately jump over to my helmet. Right side, again, applying glue on the very thin down the middle. Thank God we're outside. Because I get yelled at my family all the time when I forget to turn my fan on upstairs.
Question.
Yes, question, go ahead.
How often should you replace your mask PPE?
Oh, on the charcoal cartridges of working with vaporous contents, I think it's listed on the instructions. It tells you like how many months. That's why when you put a cartridge on your mask, you should write down the date.
So even if you're not using it consistently?
Yes, that's why when you're not using your 3M mask, the charcoal filters, put it in a Ziploc bag and keep it airtight because the charcoals keep working whether you wear it or not. It'll grab contaminants out of the air and things like that. So you want to put it in a Ziploc bag. Cut off the oxygen from that mask. Yeah. All right, again. So I did my other. Oh my God, I see a complete helmet over there, sir. Look at you, slow down. How dare you? So again, I got my glue. I'm air fanning each other, letting them dry a little bit. No, this is DAP. DAP Wellwood Contact Cement. It's easier to find, it's cheaper. I like barge, don't get me wrong, but they got expensive and hard to find. And so after a while, I'm like, why am I killing myself? I'll just get some DAP. And sure enough, they did great. And I reached out to them and they sponsored me. No. Oh, that's not. Oh, the water plate. Oh, don't even get me started. I don't want. I'm on live stream right now, but I want to say we'll talk later. All right. So now, I have my right side. I'm gonna do the same drill. I'm gonna watch. I like starting with the front because I know that's gonna show. So I get the front half. Let me change my camera angle for people. Sorry guys, it's really dark. I'm sorry. Here.
We're making it work.
I'm going to line these guys up. Got this. All right. Oh my God. There you go. I'm lining these guys up. Follow my mark.
My hero. Oh, okay. I was wondering.
Yeah, that's the one thing we're missing is light.
All right, here we go. Keep an eye on my registration marks.
I'm just having the light down. Get up.
Like that. Oh, see now, I could realize my glue is not sticking because it's still too wet. I got a little overzealous, so I'm going to fan this a little bit more.
Time is going by so fast.
Time goes by quick when you're building.
All right. There it goes, sticking, wrapping around. Follow my registration mark. All right, push, push, push. Kind of push, make sure it's sticking. How are we looking over there?
Decent.
Is it dry? Dry enough?
Getting there.
All right, don't wait too long.
All right. Yeah, true.
Don't wait too long. Get going. Let's go. Line it up and push. If it's too wet, it won't stick. Don't worry about it. Just keep going. Don't wait too long. That's our goal. That's our goal.
What if we want to try to replicate this at home?
You could go to my website and get that pattern.
Yeah, I think it's
All right, I see halves. This is great. Gentlemen, our young gentleman. I'm sorry, what's your name, sir? Dan. Dan, thank you so much. You got your helmet coming together. Look at that. We got our helmet. Ben and I have got our helmets, guys. Got another helmet over there. Fantastic. We're all getting, I can see another helmet coming over there. Yes, look at that. Fantastic. We're so close.
some parts are wet and some parts are dry.
That's why when you smear, you want to work fast. Lay it down and wipe it off quickly.
It's the evenness.
I'm hearing some sides of happiness is good. Your helmets are coming together. Again, guys, glue. Less is more. Get on there and wipe it off. The thinner it is, the faster it dries, the better it sticks. Oh my God, Pete, you should get some of the bars, some good food here. Yeah, everybody's looking great. Everybody's catching up. Fantastic. Yeah, don't worry. If seams don't line up, that again, it comes with practice. Don't worry about it. It looks good.
Yeah, I think it's like that.
She's getting there.
I'm a paid intern, right?
Oh, that's right, sir. I'll pay you with tater tots.
Except he doesn't have any more.
Tag you on Instagram.
Hey guys, real quickly, so far, we have our helmet right now. We're at the helmet point here. We'll switch over, guys, real quickly. We got the helmet here.
This helmet looks reminiscent of like a Magneto.
Oh, sorry, a little bit. She's got her helmet. It's coming together very slowly. How's it going over there?
Oh God.
Yeah, push that foam. Don't let that. You're the boss.
I'm trying.
Everything's going great, guys. I'm seeing these helmets come together. It's fantastic. This is exciting.
I never felt so inadequate. Well, I need a helmet.
Man, so they're coming. I'm seeing some helmets out there. Fantastic.
Helmets are hard.
You only got one side to do. Look at you. You're getting there.
Getting there. Getting there. This is so much fun.
Look at that. Look at, you're drinking and almost done with a helmet. That's amazing.
I didn't even cut myself.
Talk about multitasking. It's fantastic.
Multitasking over there.
I see a lot of half-done helmet. It makes me very excited. Getting together, guys. This looks good. I'm seeing helmets. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3, almost 4. Moving on. We're catching up here. I'm going to wait for people to catch up before we get to the face piece.
It's weird, like the bottom half really likes to stick.
Hey guys, really quickly, don't forget, it's Taco Tuesday tonight, people. Tacos Tuesday tonight, guys, here at the Scum Villaniny Cantina here in Hollywood, California. For all you guys out there watching my live stream, this helmet build class we're doing right now is one of many we'll be doing. We'll be doing this foam workshop once a month. Tonight is the foam helmet, and I have to say, I'm excited because as I'm looking out to the crowd, they're all coming together bit by bit, and I'm very excited. So I'm happy to say that everybody tonight will walk out with a foam helmet. That is my mission. I feel we're going to accomplish it. It's looking good.
Next time we'll add an audience camera as well.
And we'll also we'll get some lights.
More lights. Audience cam.
It's a work in progress.
Everybody's learning. There's the helmet right there. Our next step is we're going to do the mouth guard here, a little mouth guard. But I want to wait for everybody to catch up a little bit. Everybody's, oh yeah, we got one more helmet. Excellent, because everybody's catching up. For all you people out there, I see the helmets coming together. Our next step, again, we're gonna do the same technique. This little piece in the front, if we haven't cut it out, I know we were kind of short on the patterns, but if you don't have one, this is the face guard, little mouth guard. And we're literally going to apply contact cement to the edges of both, and the edges of this, and this is gonna stick on the front of this guy like that. So that's what that's gonna be. So that's gonna be a little mouth guard. So for you guys out there, if you have that piece, so the people who are caught up a little bit, you guys wanna jump on that, we're gonna do the same technique. We're gonna apply the contact cement, again, to the both surfaces. We're gonna do the edges here and the edges on the helmet, applying glue directly to the part, like that. Oops, sorry, I gotta change my camera, sorry. And again, I put way too much glue on that. That was my fault. That's way too much, sorry.
I learned by watching you.
She's like,
There's only one of me.
and we're gonna do the same thing with the helmet on these edges too. Less is more, a little bit of glue. All right. Some glue. All right, here we go. Let them dry. Looking good. Where she's getting there. I see it. It's coming together. Yeah, smear it really thin. Wipe it in there and wipe it right out, and you'll have it.
I got an idea for the next one. you could get like like little pins. Sometimes we use pins to hold it in place.
Right.
You could bring
Straight pins, right? Yeah, we're already scared of people with X-Acto blades, but
that's a good point.
yeah, sometimes the glue won't stick. You can actually just push it a little bit. If you push really hard, and it makes contact and doesn't come off, it's either the glue's too dry or not enough glue. But so again, I always wait nice and dry enough to the touch. So one side at a time. When you do the mouth, just do it with one side. Do one side first, line it up. Get that one side, line it up, flush, push it. Make sure it sticks really well, like that. And then curve it, line up the other side, line it up. All right, push it. Ah. Holy cow, look at that. Guys, you're so close. You're so close. I see it back there. So close. Oh, you want to? Yeah, there you go.
That's not how you dab, Ted.
I just learned that from my kids. I don't know. Honestly. All right. But this is the base. Again, you guys can stick stuff on this. You could put a fin on it. You could put wings on it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that is the base helmet for this.
Yes, right.
So
Yeah,
this
the helm.
is the
this.
next couple of steps, you know? Just, yeah.
Yes, that's going to be something we're going to talk about what we do next time. We're thinking about once we get to the couple of foam things, we're going to start getting to how to seal it and paint it. But you look at, I see a helmet coming together over there. Look at that. I'm excited. This is, oh my God, this is great. All right. I see a completed helmet over there. I see a completed helmet here, coming out there, you guys. Excellent. This has been my mission. I want people to, I'm not leaving until everybody comes to have a helmet. Are you working on those gaps, are you? Is there, no, you don't be embarrassed.
Stuck together, and then it started coming apart.
That's because it's too wet. Let it dry. Just move on to something else. That just means it's too wet. If it sticks and it comes apart, it's just too wet. Let it dry. Move on to something else.
Now it's too dry.
Here, let me see. Let me see that.
Okay, so I applied some more glue here.
Right.
To make it a little bit more wet. And
Right.
then this side started coming off.
Well, you have to get in there like so, like this, and just push. Right. But what happened? Yeah, it's all too dry here. And then this here.
Is that also too dry? I need to add more?
Yeah, you're waiting way too long to stick these guys together. You gotta put it in, wipe it, let it, give it like a mere. You wipe it, let it, give it a couple minutes, and then bam.
Okay.
Too much. It's too dry.
Dang, because before I put on too much.
Here, hold on. Here, hold on. Here, come here. I want to show you something. Come. Let me show you what's going on here. Let me show you what's going on.
All right, show
All right.
me.
Here's what we want to do.
That's why I'm here.
What I want to do, you want to do this, okay? All right. I just really thin. And you got that, right? Okay. And then immediately, just go as fast as you can, smear all that surface.
Okay.
You just want to wet that up really good like this.
Don't get too precious about it.
No, don't be pressed at all.
right.
That's the thing. Wipe it off.
Gotcha.
Just a really super thin layer.
Okay.
Less is more. Same thing with this guy right here. And then,
It's completely coated. Okay.
Right.
Maybe that's my issue.
yeah, and then the same thing. When you do a dab, you want to make sure you get the entire surface like this.
Can I see what that looks like?
Oh, very little. See that?
Yeah.
Almost non-existent. And then you take your piece of foam, here, okay. And then I smear it out really
Yeah.
fast like this.
All right. So I'm both going too slow and I'm not applying it evenly enough.
Yeah, you gotta smear it. Yeah, put it on everywhere, really thin.
Okay.
Yeah, being too precious, smear it out really fast. And then while we're doing this, then you go like this. Okay.
Wave it.
And it's, but you see how it's shiny?
Yeah.
That's when it's wet. You want to wait till it to get matte.
Okay.
So once it gets matte, and like air's our friend. Air's our friend. So
It's moral support waving.
moral support waving, right?
Sure.
And so,
Okay.
and then I take this guy, this edge right here, like this.
Yeah.
And we're gonna touch it, right? And we start following that edge. And you see how quickly I worked with this?
Yeah.
Because I think the problem is that you're probably waiting a little bit too long. And then you come through like this. And then like that. Like that, right? See? Now, if it does this, that means it's a little bit too wet, but that is not, we don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
Because we can always come back and push that together.
Right.
All right? So you might, it might be a little off. Not, it's not complete murder. And you go like this, push and pull. Got it? All right.
Okay.
So when it does this,
Keep
it's
working.
just push it back. That just means it's probably a little too wet because I rushed it. But there you go. See,
Okay.
see now.
Yeah.
So there's that thing of just working fast, and then that glue, just throw it down and wipe it off.
All right.
Did that help?
Yeah,
kinda-
that does. Especially seeing the physics of it drying and what it's supposed to look like.
Right, exactly. There. See, there you go.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
You got it. All right. Now we're gonna do your mouth guard next. All right, fantastic. Oh, look at that. Nicely done. Now, guys, for the people who finished their helmets, there's scrap foam all over the place. You could make like a, I don't know, a fin or something, if need be, or, something on a helmet, put a horn on it, or you can wait till you take it home and do it later. But anyway, this is the base of something to start with. You can do anything you want with these guys. I'm so happy, guys. I'm seeing all these helmets come together. This is very exciting.
You want to do a lap and check in?
Yeah, could I? That'd be wonderful, Peter. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me grab a knife and some glue bottles. Just come through, see how you guys doing. Got it. Oh, come. All right, got it. Whoa, shit. That's a step, guys. I almost went down. I got my drink too. How you guys doing back here? Look at this. Look. Oh, dude, this is awesome. How you looking? No, this is all right, dude. Trust me, contact cement is really fucking buggy and tricky. But if you if you push back, see how it's sticking? It's just because it's just a little bit more dry time. But you can once you get it on there, you can kind of go back and push things together, and it will stick. The trick is, it's that less is more. It's about timing. But look at that. If you push, see how it's grabbing now?
Yeah.
You have it. It's just that
You just gotta work with it.
the thing is, it's less is more. You got to put on really thin, really fast. But see now, it's sticking.
Mm-hmm.
You have the glue. It's just you probably put it together when it was too wet. But no biggie. The other thing too. Oh my God, it's so dark back here, guys. It sucks. Sorry. This is our first one.
Yeah.
But also too, guys. Here's another thing. You get stuff like this. Make some triangle pieces really quick, and then you can take this guy, and you take a little bit of glue.
Oh, and you fill the seams?
Well, here's what you do. You just take a little glue and reapply some glue here, and then take this. Sorry. Oops. Don't want to spill your glue here. And so you take that glue, and I take a piece of scrap foam and just shove it in the cracks and crevices.
I have stopped wearing the ankle brace. No, I hopped over to CBS and
See, I just do it really, really, really thin. Right? And then
yeah, it's better. I still should probably have the ankle brace on.
you take,
It doesn't hurt enough to remind me when I
same thing here. Let me do a little bit of glue here. Do the same. Now, when I do this, here. That's right, guys. Here, I brought a glue bottle for you. No worries. Like that.
do you have a little contact hide?
All right, like this. And again, smear it like that. Like that. There you go.
How many people think they'll come back within? Yeah.
All right. Give that a couple minutes. Same thing with this guy. Push. See? Oh, they're sticking. Yeah, it's still a little wet. Give it a couple minutes. As soon as it's dry, push it back together and it'll stick for you, okay? Because you got same with this guy too. Just reapply the glue, smear it out, and let it dry. Because this one grabbed.
Yeah.
It's all about timing. Just rub it, thing, let it dry, and then push it back together, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Dude, you're so close, guys. Awesome, thank you. Oh, sorry. Hey guys, I'm back. I just had to spread out and walk some people through it.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
How we looking? Double checking on you. How you looking?
I'm better.
All right, fantastic. Learning not to be so precious with that glue. Put it in there, wipe it out, fast. Right? Dude, I'm seeing a lot of helmets. This is awesome. This is fantastic. Hold on. See it? Look at that. Helmets. I see a helmet there. Look at that. Got a helmet there, sir. All right. How we're looking? Yes. Now we're talking. Woo! Put that helmet on. Put it on. There it is. She's going to space. You're so welcome. Look at those. Again, everybody, look at that. Oh, we got almost a couple more people finishing up over there. Yes, there. Oh, look at that. She got a fin. Oh, that's awesome. Well done with the fin. Taking scrap foam and applying a fin to her helmet. Well, that's a photo op. Go, JC. That's awesome, everybody. Again, this has been very successful. Unfortunately, it's been very, very dark. So we learned, this is our first one. We'll be having light in the next one. But apparently, I see a lot of foam helmets out there. This is fantastic. People are saying they will come back again for more craziness. Fantastic.
I love the you get a helmet and you get a helmet and you get a helmet.
Oh, that's right. That's very good, guys. Again, everybody, I apologize for people. I'm not able to catch up with chat because I'm teaching. So I'm glad that people are having a good time out there.
And having blue milks and tater tots.
Oh, blue milk and tater tots. I highly recommend doing one blue milk. Don't do too many because you'll get loopy like I did. And I had tater tots to the rescue. So thank you, the tater tots, for sobering me up. But I am going to do one more drink because we are going on our second hour here. So I know I'll be getting another drink. But again, so how many can we people hold up their helmets who have got a helmet done? Let me see. We got, holy crap! Oh my God! Holy cow! Wow, this looks great, guys. You guys are almost done. I can see you guys. You're almost there. You're so close. Guys, this is awesome, guys. Thank you so much. This is exciting that you all came here and you're walking out with a helmet. That was my mission. This is good. Oh, nice. Thank you. Again, guys, this is a tip of the iceberg of what you guys can do with craft foam. And if you're novice and you're starting out, this is my helmet. This pattern we're using tonight is from my website, eviltedsmith.com. I have numerous patterns on my website. If you guys like what you're doing and want to see more what I have on my shop, just jump over there. While on my website, I highly recommend getting on my mailing list to find out what we're going to be doing next. So when we do this next event, I'll be emailing about that. Also, JC has, what are you doing the workshops on?
So we're going to do another Evil Ted probably mid-May, probably about 30 days from now. We'll work it out schedule-wise, and then we're going to do leather, where you're going to do like a Deadpool pouch.
What?
So you'll learn how to make a pouch from like Deadpool, leading up to the Wolverine Deadpool. Which actually, Brayton and Amy will be teaching that class.
Yes.
So keep an eye out for that.
We'll have to figure out how to do it by then, but don't worry.
All right.
So yeah, next month we'll have 3 different workshops out here. With the idea of like you can drink and learn and take something home.
That's our mission. That was our mission. That
yeah.
was. Hey guys, really quickly for my live stream, can people show their helmets quickly? Hold the helmets. Look at that. Helmets. You got a helmet? You got a helmet? Woo! Look at that. Guys, thank you so much. This is awesome. That's right, guys. Wonderful, wonderful. No worries. Thank you. Wonderful. They're so close, Peter. They're so close.
Sometimes it dries too fast. We hope to see you there. That's why I had to do a couple. Go back in and it's exactly what I see.
That's exactly what we want to start teaching. It's evil, right?
I don't know if you've ever seen this. Was actually this helmet pattern,
Oh, that's right. I remember that one. Yeah.
and
I saw you at the con with that on.
yeah. And you saw him in my big Dark Trooper armor.
That's right.
that
Dude, you got a helmet.
Look at that. He's there.
It's good knowledge, man. It's just
Dude, you got, I know, but it's like, guys, thank you so much for this. Is awesome.
So you saw him in that armor.
That's right. That was super cool. That was
It's
so
like,
great. That was at
Long
Long
Beach
Beach.
Comic.
Yeah, dude, that's when it used to be Long Beach. I remember that, guys.
I love the like when you started doing stuff. I caught on like shortly after that,
Right.
and nobody had any like you and Bill and anybody else who was doing it weren't
see helmets.
doing Star Wars, and I had to like adapt everything.
Right.
to
No.
my-
Yeah. No. We weren't. Not at the time. No.
Now everybody does Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Full build.
Like leather is going to be the 21st, and we'll probably do.
When I saw this listed, I was like, I'm there.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for coming, man. Thank you.
Vegas just to come.
Oh man, dude, thank you.
We do all these builds, and he's always been like crossing the river, so he needs to get in the middle of it.
They're looking good back there, Peter. How are they looking good back there? All right.
Like you can ride a motorcycle with it.
Yeah, sure you can. Sure you can ride ride a motorcycle with this helmet. How are we looking? How are we looking over there? Oh, how dare you? Let me see.
I'm nervous about that.
Oh, don't worry about it. You got it. It's working. You got it. It's sticking. It's a helmet.
Okay, so don't overwork it.
Yeah, just you'll it all comes it comes with working with the material, guys.
You know what I learned today? That I over rely too much on quicksand.
Oh, what?
I rely too much on quicksand.
Yeah.
To fill in the holes.
No, don't do that. Get your seams right. I tell you what, we'll keep the class going. I'm going to wrap up this live stream. Hey guys, I think we pretty much accomplished it. Let me do it quickly. Sorry guys. We're going to go ahead and wrap up this live stream, but I want to say everybody, thank you so much for joining us on the live stream and the helmet build. I want to thank everybody, you guys out there with your amazing helmets. Thank you. Oh. I am happy to say that everybody showed up is actually walking out with a helmet. That is so awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. And thank you, YouTube, for hanging out with us tonight. We'll be doing this once a month, and we'll have more lighting, I promise. And please, guys, if you have new, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, eviltedsmith.com here. Go to my website, hit the likes, leave comments below. More stuff coming. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.